My dear students, once you have finalized the selection of vendors, then you must need to know how to check references. While some employers conduct background checks, more are likely to conduct reference checks that explore previous employment, education, and possibly personal recommendations about an employee. Reference checks can yield valuable job-related information. What are the job-related information? Obviously, the job-related information can be employment experience in the previous companies, the period of employment in one company to the another company in a chronological order, then the educational background, that from where an employee get an education, it must be in the sequence. The recent education must need to be explored earlier, and then you have to go to the downwards. And then there are information about the different kind of certifications and the trainings attended, and any other particular key information about the job. And you have to get former employers to talk to you if you want to get more in-depth background information about the candidate. Despite the laws protecting employers that truthfully provide factual job-related information about former employees, it is very much important to keep an eye on privacy and confidentiality of former employees, because a lot of the laws are protecting employees as well as employers, but the key is to keep an information more private and confidential. Many employers, despite of the employment laws, many employers still hesitate to verify much more than dates of employment for fear of being sued for invasion of privacy or defamation of character. So whenever you would call a former employer of your employee, of your candidate, obviously they would just provide an information that this person was working from this state to this state in my company, not more than that, because employers are fearful because of the suit for the invasion of a privacy or defamation of the character by the former employees. So employers must need to be very careful if they are providing such kind of information to the prospective employer of their former employees. As such, many employers sigh and say, why bother trying? Why we are bothering trying to get information about candidate? There are a number of reasons, good reasons to bother. Why we need to bother? You could head off many problems if you succeed in acquiring reference information. Because you are selecting a candidate for your company, and if you would select a wrong candidate, obviously without proper reference check, it would create a lot of trouble in your company. So it is important to bother, it is important to acquire reference information before finalizing the hiring decision. Among them, falsified credentials can be a problem, that persons haven't provided the right information, right credentials of their education and employment. Possible charges of negligent hiring in the previous company, retention in the workplace, then workplace violence incidents related to the previous employees, and then the poor productivity is also very much important issue with number of the employees, and employee theft is very common in most of the organization. So all of such kind of critical information must need to be retrieved before finalizing the hiring decision. There are a number of ways of reference checks. Not only one way is able to get better information. So it depends on the context. Here I have mentioned 5 common ways of reference checks. One is the internet-based reference checking. That you have a special login, and by going to the login, you are retrieving information about an employees and different employers. Then there are telephonic references. This is the most common way of reference checks, that you are calling to the previous former employers and you are retrieving information on the phone. This is most common. The third one is the written references. It is very common when you are getting admission into the different universities as a student, and the universities are asking you to provide 2 referees and 2 reference checks. One may be from your previous supervisor or from your teacher, and one may be from your professional employer. So written references are just like a form, and the referees need to provide a critical information about the person in written, and then they have to sign that form. Then there are personal references that you can go to the personal context and get an information about the person. And then there are educational references, as I already talked about the information retrieved by the universities from your 2 academic referees. So these are a few of the information through which you can get different kind of reference checks, and it would depend on the context through which you are retrieving the information about the person.